What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 14 of For the Love of the Game, the series where I experiment with Queen's Park, the all-amateur side from the lowest of the Scottish Football League, and try to get them promoted all the way up into the First Division. Right now, promotion is looking really far away, as Queen's Park are currently sitting in 9th place, 10 points through 10 matches. Yes, we did start off the league with a very nice 4-0 win versus East Fife, but that seems so far and so long ago, as we've only picked up one more win since then, 4 draws and 4 losses to go along with that. The only team that's worse than us is the team we're going to be facing off in the first match today, and that's Ayr United. I'm also going to be facing off against Alloa at home, because in between that is the Scottish Cup match, and we drew Dumbarton. I do not think we're going to come away with a win, and at this point it's rather pointless to talk about cup matches, since we're really needing to fight to stay alive in the league. So I'm just going to skip over Dumbarton. The results may be at whatever come, I'll take it. I just really need to focus on Ayr and Alloa today. So let's take a look at exactly how we've placed ourselves into this situation. Since our last live com of East Fife and Clyde, as you can see, here was our run of form with only one measly win versus Queen of the South. Right after this Challenge Cup match, I switched formations back to the 4-4-2, so basically dropping the wingers back instead of 4-2-4, and it only resulted in draws and losses. As you can see right here, we drew against Ayr 1-1. Connor Rennie getting a goal for us 4 minutes into the second half. However, Ayr answering right back just 5 minutes later, and to be quite honest with you, they deserved a goal with how they've been playing on the day. They outshot us, they put more shots on net, and they held us to less possession. So quite honestly, they should have deserved a win, but we were lucky to eke out a draw and eke out a goal, and eke out a point. Following up with that, we came against another draw to Alloa, 3-3, and we really needed to fight in the second half, because yeah, we had Prunty and Jackson picking up goals just 6 minutes apart from each other, Alloa scoring all 3 of theirs in the first half. So after the 34th minute goal, we were behind, and we really needed to push at them. Unfortunately, there was not a lot of chances on our part. 5 shots on target with a lot less possession than Alloa, but fortunately a header in from Christian Gibson on a corner kick was able to knot it up in the 74th minute. Nothing else after that. We just played really poor on the day. Our strikers up front just couldn't find the net, which is really disheartening. And after that, definitely was not going to win against this. Dunfermline were predicted to win the Scottish League One this season, and early on they're showing why that is, as they took care of business and defeated us 3-0 at home. We had equal amount of possession, and that's about all we can say is how we compared to Dunfermline, as we had several less shots and several less on target, hindering our chances for a goal. And as you can see, we didn't score a single one. The next match, however, I thought we'd score a goal. I thought we would have gotten some sort of result here, but unfortunately it was all for naught, as we lost 2-0 to Berwick, and everything was doubled up on Berwick's side. They had 18 shots to our 9, 6 of them on target to our 3, and everything we were trying to do just didn't work, and we just started hacking the hell out of them, took too many fouls, and unfortunately one of them led to a free kick goal in the 75th minute, which sealed the victory for Berwick at that point. So at this point I was like, okay, I really need to get out of this 4-4-2. Maybe if I push back up to the 4-2-4, we could possibly get something. And against Queen of the South, who at season's beginning were predicted to finish in second and are right now in the middle of the pack, we defeated them 3-1. So going back to what got us to what started this at the first in the first match, got us another victory. As you can see, Prunty, Sutherland, and Jordan Garden all picking up goals. Prunty, unfortunately, is off injured, and I guess his injury just finished up. But as you can see, with his stats, a lot of it took a hit in the acceleration and the pace side, He's not as fast as he once was. He's not as fast as he was just 6 months ago. So I'm definitely rethinking keeping him on the squad and actually starting him now. So that's very unfortunate because that takes away a forward on our bench. And now I don't believe I have anyone I can promote from within. Maybe Taylor Hendry. But other than that, I don't have any striker, any really good striker, even a half-decent striker coming through the youth squad. I'd have to go out and look for one. But picking up 3 points here, especially when Queen of the South is dominating the entire match, I'll take it. I'll take 3 points. I'll take any amount of points any way I can at this point in time. We then followed up that victory with a 2-all draw versus Forfar, and we really needed to come back on this one. Forfar with 2 goals within 3 minutes just before halftime. Andy Jackson coming up big in the 78th minute, and then Stuart Milne at the death 3 minutes into stoppage time, able to knot the match up at 2 apiece and able to pick up a point. We're fighting throughout, and it's one of those cases where the defense doesn't know what to do, and that's starting to worry me. Defense doesn't know exactly where to go, and it's leading to some really, really stupid goals where we should be ahead, and we should not be conceding these type of goals. The very next match, we then drew against Peterhead. Same score, 2-all. However, 2 goals happened to be own goals. And all the goal scoring happened within the first 20 minutes. Peterhead got off to the start within 3 minutes on a penalty kick. Then we answered back 5 minutes later with a penalty kick of our own. Jack Downey helping us out and knot that at 1 apiece. Not 2 minutes later, Danny McNulty trying to clear a ball, bounces it. I'm trying to remember how this one went, but I believe it wasn't Danny McNulty. It bounced off Danny McNulty as he was going for a clearance, and it ended up in the net, and it ended up being an own goal. And as you can see, it was right from kickoff from the Jack Downey goal, and actually it was a very bad cross in that McNulty just couldn't get a handle on, and it bounced off of his legs and into the net. Not 9 minutes later, it happened. It happened to Peterhead, as they did almost the exact same thing. This time it was a clearance that bounced off the back of a defender and went in the net. So there you go, 2-2, where 2 of the goals were by own goals. Where would you see that? You don't really see that too often. So we're riding kind of high. We're riding about middle of the pack with, 3-match unbeaten run. But then we come across Brechin, and Brechin was a team I thought that were going to be near us, or they were going to be relegation candidates throughout the season, but they just came into Hampton Park and stomped us out 5-1. Andy Jackson, our only goal scorer on the day, in the 18th minute, and Brechin just took complete advantage of how many players we were pushing forward. We were still rolling with the 4-2-4 at this point, and at this point in time, it seemed a little apparent I should have dropped back to a 4-4-2 because I was leaving so many holes in the back that Brechin just took advantage of and got 5 goals on the day. It didn't get any better versus the rematch versus East Fife as they beat us 4-2 at home. Andy McKinnon getting both goals on the day, and it was more of the same. East Fife learning from last time out, finding out the holes in our defense and exploiting it. Just throwing over the top into the middle between the midfielders and the defenders, just leaving all that wide open space. There was just nothing much that we could have done, and unfortunately it led to a loss. So now that leads to what we have today, and that is a match versus Ayr. And first, I probably should have brought this up in the first place. Since I'm probably not going to use Brian Prunty anymore, Tyler Hendry is going to come into the squad and work out for our striker woes. But looking at the lineup to Ayr are going to come out with a 4-5-1 formation, which was actually the same formation that Brechin came out with. So instead of rolling with this 4-2-4, I'm going to drop back to the 4-4-2. And today we're going to have McCluskey in net, Gilmore, Milne, Gibson. Kelleher is going to come into the left back position. Then we're going to have Watt, Sinclair, Rennie, and Forsyth, the 4 midfielders. And then the 2 men up front, we'll have Andy McKinnon and Andy Jackson. And we really need a win. We really need points. So let's kick off and see what happens, and hopefully it's for the better. Team talks are over. It's time to get results. And Air are coming out in black kits with white shorts, and we're going to be in all red. And like I said, hopefully the all red curse is lifted this time around, as we are able to win against East Fife in the first match, but then lost to Clyde on penalties in that last match we saw with the all red kits. And wow, that first 45 went by really, really fast. Did you see anything that happened? Because I certainly didn't. It's 0-0. Just keep working at it, boys. You can do better. Just tell everyone to do better out there. You can make a difference, and you can make a difference. Andy Jackson with a yellow. I don't know how he got that. Second 45 kicks off. Air, apparently Air had most of the ball, as they've had 7 shots to our 0. We need to turn that around. We need to have more of the ball, more of the possession, and probably control the match. Don't need higher tempo. We don't need that. Exploit the flanks more like. Don't need to push higher up. Let's just roll with this. So 50 minutes have gone, and we are pushing up the wings. Watt throwing it forward to Andy McKinnon. Brings it back to Watt. He needs somebody through the middle. Finds Connor Rennie. McKinnon trying to find some passing lanes. Sinclair through to McKinnon. Oh, and he actually gets a goal from about 12 yards out. Andy McKinnon makes it 1-0 to Queen's Park. Wonderful, wonderful scenes here. Nine minutes later, though, Air coming on the attack, and they force a corner. High corner whipped in. Header goes across the goal mouth, scaring me there for a little bit. I thought that was going to be going in. And already down to 74 minutes, and I need to start making some subs. Now the question is, which striker do I bring off? Do I bring off Andy Jackson, who has the yellow, or do I bring off Andy McKinnon, who has the 58 and the goal? I think I'm going to bring off Andy McKinnon. I'm going to bring on Tyler Hendry, who was sitting in my reserve side for the time being, and now that I brought him up, hopefully that'll placate him. Jack Downey's going to come in for David Sinclair, and Danny McNulty is going to come on for... he did have that little bit of bobbleheadedness last time. I'm going to bring on Andy McLean instead for Christian Gibson. I'm going to make all 3 subs with 16 minutes to go, and hopefully good things will happen. There was a throw-in deep in Air's territory, but we do get the ball back. Now we just need to hold on to it. Just had to check something, and just looking at the stats, I guess we are quite efficient. Now we could get some more efficiency. Jackson makes it 2 after 75 minutes, and look at that. 2 shots, 2 goals for Queen's Park, and we are just loving life right now. Air taking 12 shots, 3 of them on target. All of them have been saved, and right now 2 minutes of stoppage time on the clock. They all have almost come and gone. 30 seconds left, and Air can just do nothing about it. I think switching back to the 4-4-2 proved very fruitful, as now we're going to pick up our 3rd win on the season. We need to turn this around. And what a great start it is to turning this around. Oh, we could get 3. Oh, he was offside. Doesn't matter. Ref blows his whistle. It's a victory. It's 2-0 to Queen's Park. And what a great way to get us on. We need this win. And that pushes up into 8th place. If we get one more win on the day, that'll move us potentially into 5th. So we just need to keep cracking at it. And like I said, I'm going to be skipping the Dumbarton match. So we're going to go right to Aloha. I'm going to pause this, and when we come back, I'm going to be facing off against Aloha in the second match in this league. So don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. Queen's Park taking on Aloha at home at Hampton Park. 545 people coming out, of course, Hampton Park being 52,000 because it does hold the Scottish national team there. As you can see, Aloha was coming out with a 4-5-1 formation. We're going to be sticking with the 4-4-2. And just taking a look at who is out. Stuart Milne and Willie Scott are out on international duty, so they cannot play, which means that Kelleher and Gary Kenneth are coming in to take their spots on the back line. Up front today, we're going to have Tyler Hendry instead of Jordan Garden and Andy McKinnon, because both of them are a little knackered, I'd say. Though I would like to actually play Andy McKinnon up instead of Tyler Hendry. So we're going to go with that, and everyone else remains largely unchanged. So let's kick off and see if we can't get another win. Let's stack wins. Let's try and get back up the table, as I don't want relegation. Alright, enough team talk, let's kick it off. And now we're going to be back in our traditional black and white hoops. And Aloha are going to be in what looked like a purple or a maroon type of color. It's a weird kit, I wouldn't think I would see them in that. But 20 minutes gone and nothing happening that's rather substantial. Aloha have had 6 shots already, and we've had 2, both of them on target. But once again, this is turning into a match where it may be decided late on in the second half, and as it goes, it is halftime, 0-0, nothing happening. So let's keep it up, boys. Let's try and do something better. Oh, damn it. Didn't mean to anger him. You can do a lot better, and finishing, I'm disappointed with your finishing. So let's kick off, and let's try and get a goal. Let's try and actually make some of these attacking chances count. And we kick off with the ball this time. Let's see if we can't go another 45 minutes without scoreless drought. Let's tell them to get creative. And one of their players goes off injured. Rather interesting there. 65 minutes gone. This is probably going to be a short episode, the way this thing is going. Yeah, now I need to start bringing on subs. McNulty coming on for Gary Kenneth. We're going to bring on Tyler Hendry for Andy Jackson. He's not doing all that great. And Craig Anderson's going to come on for Connor Rennie. Yes, making all 3 subs with 19 minutes left to go in the match. Just try and switch something up. Try and change the flow of the game. And maybe I should probably tell them to push up. I don't want to change too much, because that may tilt the scales not in my favor. But I need to do something. So 0-0 draw is not going to benefit anybody here. Higher tempo, be more expressive, pass into space, run at the defense, whipping the crosses. I guess just tell them to push higher up, I guess. Push forward. Push forward in the last 8 minutes, go for broke, see what happens. And right now, we're coming into the 90th minute. Oh, and Aloha throw it over the top. Need a good save. Oh, and the striker just completely misses it. Shanks it wide. 3 minutes of stoppage time have come and gone well over. And it's looking like this match is just going to end in a 0-0 draw. Ref taking his sweet time to blow the whistle. And there it is. Full time. I wish there would have been a little more action in this match. But 0-0 to Aloha, I'll take it. It's basically stealing a point away. Unlucky. It wasn't our night. Definitely could have done a lot better. But after all that, we did move up another spot. So we're now in 7th place, which is good for us. I did say I want to target 8th because that keeps us out of that relegation promotion playoff zone. So if we stay at 8th place or above, I'd consider that a victory. I don't expect us to get into the promotion playoff to the championship this season. It just does not seem like a realistic target. But as of right now, after that win to Ayr, and then, yeah, like I said, Dumbarton. Yeah, Dumbarton, there just wasn't a chance. We were able to secure a draw away from home, force a replay, but yeah, you could see that totally did not work in our favor as we are now out of the Scottish Cup. But like I said, Cup competitions, not my main focus. The league is. So when we come back, it should probably be like another 10 matches or so. So I would say right here, Berwick, Forfar seems to be a good comeback point. So, because that's right at the end of the transfer window as well. So I'm going to have to deal with a lot of people that may be clamoring at some of my players, snapping them up on free contracts, and I'd have to figure out how to rectify that. So yay, more drama there. So when we come back, it'll be the double live com of Berwick and Forfar. Hopefully we would have had a little better league position, but anything can happen. We'll just have to wait and see. So until next time, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Comments, suggestions, questions, anything else, please leave in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace out.